Hello, hello, everyone. Happy New Year. I hope you guys are welcoming in the new year healthy, happy, and just ready to leave 2021 behind and welcome in 2022. I know I am. It was a hell of a week for me. I was sick, and then my cat got sick, and I was busy launching programs and just getting ready for 2022. And man, after this year, especially after the past 6 months, I am ready for 2022. I hope you guys are as well. Just want to go over a couple of announcements in case you missed it this week. We launched a lot of programs and we are just getting started for 2022. I'm so excited for what is to come. What's going to be coming down the pipeline. I was preparing my strategic plan for my business just this past couple of weeks, and I'm so excited for what we're going to be bringing you. So you guys make sure that you stay tuned, including a ton of free collective readings as usual. I love doing that for you guys. That's part of my service work. It's part of my mission work. It's part of my passion. So the collective readings will continue, including the daily energy draws. They will be back. Daily energy draws are coming back starting on Monday. So I know you guys have missed that. I have some plans for those as well. So make sure that you guys continue to stay tuned throughout the year. I'll have all sorts of announcements, but we're going to be kicking things off in January in high gear. So make sure that you guys stay tuned. I just launched the new Ascension Connections Sacred Space over on my website that goes along with my sister channel, Ascension Connections, Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. So make sure that you're following both this channel and my sister channel on here on YouTube so that you're not missing out on anything. So the Ascension Connections portion of my website is for all of your ascension and awakening needs on your journey, helping you navigate your journey. If you are just starting the awakening journey or you know somebody who's just starting the awakening journey, you can point them in that direction, where I also launched my Ascension Starter Kit that has all of my spiritual guides, all of the worksheets and the workbooks, including the brand new Ascension Connections workbook. So that is a helpful tool. So you get to understand and know everything on your ascension journey. We're also going to house meditations, webinars, and a healing series that is going to be coming in January over in that space. So make sure that you're checking that out on my website. I did update my website, reorganize the navigation, so everything should be pretty easy to find, including a freebie section so you can find all of my free stuff. And you guys know that I like giving you free stuff. All right. Next up is the Patreon. The Patreon is getting an overhaul as well so that I am able to bring you guys a lot of value without devaluing myself. I was burning myself out as I was trying to experiment with what I wanted to do with the Patreon, and I am very excited for what I've landed on. So I have three new tiers that you can choose from in order to support my work and get something back in return. The first is a $5.55 tier where you will get a written channeling, an in-depth written channeling each month about the month ahead, divine masculine, divine feminine energies for the month, and any other sacred channelings or messages that are coming through. The Spiritual Connections tier is the second tier, so the $11 tier that you guys might be familiar with. It was the only tier that I had, but now I have a couple of other offerings. So that tier is going to be a pick-a-pile and a new featured monthly reading called the This Reading Is For You reading. That is where I tune into a specific scenario. So with a smaller collective, a smaller segment of the collective, I'm able to tune into a more specific scenario, possibly even yours. So make sure that you are checking that out. And I'll also, if I have any bonus pick-a-piles or any other short readings, they'll be housed under that tier. And you'll also have access to the $5.55 tier. And then finally, the Ascension Connections tier is $22.22. You have access to all of the lower tiers, all of the lower level contents. Plus, we'll be doing a live stream a month that will either be a Q&A or it will be a message poll. So if you guys are familiar with my live stream message polls that I've done here on the channel, I'll be doing those once a month for an hour. So I'll be able to, get a lot of messages out to you guys. No channeling, but I will be pulling messages for you to take as it resonates for yourself. And any exclusive readings or bonus readings will be housed under this tier as well. So make sure that you're checking that out. see if you would like to consider supporting me and being part of that community as well. Finally, I just launched my coaching package. So I don't just do readings, but I do coaching as well. This is a 3 or 6 month program where you get a coaching call, you get a reading, email support, coaching support throughout the months, and any other additional light language or coaching or readings as I feel is necessary for helping you navigate your journey. And this program can be focused on anything that you are needing. If you're in a divine partnership, if you're awakening, if you're on your ascension journey, if you want to learn tarot, if you want to learn how to open up your gifts, it can be focused however you would like. So that is available for 3 or 6 months. It does lock you into a program for 3 or 6 months. So if you have any questions on that, feel free to get in touch with me. I am offering that very limited spot so that I can be helpful to my clients, provide the best support for my clients. So I'm offering very limited spots for the coaching one-on-one program. So make sure that you check that out in the book of service place on my website. All right, so we are doing the last Sacred Union Energy update of the year. Holy cow, it is New Year's Eve today. Hope you guys are celebrating in a joyous fashion, at least taking care of yourself, loving yourself, that you're happy, that you're healthy. The energy really shifted, I want to say around Wednesday or Thursday, where I personally have been going through a little bit of a purge. It didn't feel bad, but there had been a lot going on in my physical world. So I was going through a little bit of a purge, and I felt the energy shift, and all of a sudden it was like I shifted timelines. I just stepped into a new timeline where it was very lovey, very like a gooey energy. And if you guys checked out I think I posted it on Facebook as well, but on my Instagram, I'm posting these reels. I was working on cleaning out my space, and as I was doing so, the song Airplanes popped into my head, and I haven't heard that song for years. And as that popped into my head, I'm trying to figure out what this song is because I'm hearing the song, but I'm not getting all the lyrics right. I could really use a wish right now I could really use a wish right now, wish right now, wish right now. That song. That's the lyrics that popped into my head, and I'm thinking, what is that? So I looked it up, and I'm like, oh, I know this song, and I like this song. And as I was doing that, the star card popped into my mind. So I decided to pull some cards and see what was going on. But I did a this kind of thing. I did that. I didn't want to do like a shuffle thing because I wanted to be really quick. And as I did that, the star card was the first card that came out. And you can even see me hesitate, like, wow, holy crap. And then the cards that followed, I think was the Four of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and I forget what else came out. But holy cow, I could not believe it. But that was exactly the energy that I had been feeling. It was gooey, it was juicy, it was romantic, it was mushy, it was melty. It was just so warm, and I just wanted to bask in it. And that energy has really continued over these past couple of days. And it really feels like Venus energy. And it really feels like this preview of what's to come in 2022. So I am currently channeling some information for the written channeling that I'll be posting on Patreon. I'll be posting that. I'll be working on that this weekend, channeling some information. And now this is a big timeline shift. The first of the year is a huge timeline shift, and the momentum that has been building from the Lion's Gate to the eclipse season to the solstice into this energy has been big. It's building this momentum for this 2022 that is to come. So I'm really going to be interested to see what is to come. We are going to do a year ahead reading as well for the collective over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. I'm hoping to channel that this weekend. I do want to take a couple of days off as a break because I haven't had a break. So I do want to take a couple of days to myself, but we are going to have a 2022 year ahead for the collective. If you would like a personal year ahead reading, make sure that you book that on my website. That is only available for a limited time. maybe another week or so. So make sure that you're getting your bookings in now. But we are going to see what is to come. What is all of this energy for 2022? And it just feels so good. As you guys know from the recent sacred channeling over on Susan Dawn Ascension Connections, I had a dream that we were exiting the matrix. And that's really what this feels like. This really feels like stepping into that rainbow energy. The rainbow matrix, we had channeled that, oh my gosh, 2 years ago. The rainbow matrix, that the rainbow grid had been laid. We're really stepping into that now. We have been building that foundation, and so a lot of us who are those way showers, we are stepping into that new earth energy, into that rainbow grid, that foundation that had been already laid, that we had already laid. So I'll put a couple of links in the description box below if you're new to the channel and kind of want to know what I'm talking about. I'll put some links in the description box below that are of interest, but do allow yourself to go back through my playlists and see whichever, channeling or reading might resonate with you, because that might mean that there are messages for you in that reading. All right, so let's see what is going on between these counterparts right now, huh? All right, what is going on with these counterparts? How is the year ending for these unions? I wanted to do this yesterday, but I was just called not to. So, and this energy today just feels so electric. Not electric as in fiery or passionate, although those things are underneath the surface, of course. Again, it just feels really dreamy. It feels really melty and warm and gooey. I don't have another word for it. It just feels so lovely and lovey. Like, it just feels dreamy. And I feel like that's where you are. I feel like not so much looking back at the past, but just really wanting to create for the future. And I feel like that's where both counterparts are. I feel like we have been looking back at the past, really reflecting on the past. And now we're in an energy of, okay, what do I want to create? What do I want to build? Especially with my person, especially with my partner, especially when it comes to relationships and love. So you might be looking back at the past as far as contrast. This is what I don't want. I've learned what I don't want in relationships. I've learned about myself and what I need and what I want and what I'm deserving of or what I'm capable of. And so you've learned a lot about yourself through the contrast of what it is that you don't want. And now it's like you are in this energy of dreaming and thus creating, aligning to what it is that you do. 2022 is all going to be about creation of what it is that you do want. 2022, I'm hearing, is about the alignment. So you've been planting the seeds, and 2021 was really, we thought it was going to be an easier year, but it was really about purging all that old energy, purging all that toxic energy of everything that is not in alignment, so that you can come into better alignment with your highest self. 2022 is all about the alignment because it is about your embodiment. That's what you learned in 2021. You learned how to embody love. You learned how to hold the container of yourself. You learned how to hold the container of union within yourself. 2022 is going to see that embodiment and outer union, because you learned in 2021 how to hold union within yourself in that container of love, the container of the connection with God's source within yourself, the divine God and goddess within yourself. Now you are learning how to embody that in your full authenticity, in your everyday life. Not just when you are, in your sacred space, not just when you're in meditation, not just when you are on retreat, but this is in everyday life. This is true embodiment. This is true authenticity. And this is when you come into outer union with another, because you are in your full embodiment of inner union. Beautiful, beautiful energy coming through. Okay, so let's see. Let's get a divine. Let's start with the union energy. What does the union energy tell us to end the year? What does the union energy tell us to end the year, please, Spirit? Realization. It says the frequency of realization supports the internal process of becoming aware of our heart-centered truth, as well as the external process of becoming our highest expression in this world. Guys, what was I just saying? That is literally the confirmation of what I was just saying. From the inner union comes the embodiment When you embody that inner union, then you express that outwardly. That's exactly what this is saying. This is the internal process of becoming aware of yourself, of that inner union, that true authenticity, embodying yourself and the heart-centered truth. What did I say about this coming up year? This new phase of our journey. We talked about that ad nauseum in 2021, especially in the spring of 2021. We talked about the journey's end. And since from the spring into this past period, this past year, especially this past 6 months, really was all about letting go of the journey and the process of releasing the journey and what was, the journey of healing, the journey of purging, the journey of letting go of toxicity, the journey of contrast, letting go of all of that in order to welcome in the higher heart ascension. This is the next level of our ascension journey. And I'll put a link in the description box for you guys because we did do a sacred channeling on this, the higher heart ascension. This is where we are now. That is what embodiment is all about. It's about higher heart ascension. So previous to this, we were going through our higher level awakening journey, our ascension journey. No matter how long it's been for you, we were going through the ascension journey as far as healing and clearing and self-realization and self-actualization and recognition of ourselves, that self-discovery energy that comes with ascension, that deeper sense of self-discovery. Now it's all about embodiment, and embodiment is higher heart ascension. That's the next phase that we are moving into, especially in 2022. And the more we move into that, recognizing and embodying the inner union within us, the balancing of the polarities within us, the masculine and the energy, clearing out the distortion so that we recognize and master our own. And I'm also hearing the words love, to love our own inner masculine and feminine energies. The more we do that, clearing out the wounds and clearing out the distortions, which is what the old phase of our journey was, the more we embody who we are in that balanced state, the more we're moving into higher heart ascension. And we'll have more about that in the weeks to come. So realization, both counterparts going through this, both counterparts recognizing themselves, recognizing the connection, recognizing their inner union, recognizing their journey, having these massive crown openings. Okay, so what's the divine masculine experiencing as we end the year? What's the divine masculine experiencing as we end the year, please, Spirit? Compassion, and look at that heart chakra energy. So I feel like divine masculine, as we have been channeling, an authority, which is a nice balance between, okay, a couple of messages coming through, so I'm going to take this. This feels like emperor energy. So I feel like as we've been channeling for the past couple of weeks, even the past couple of months, the divine masculine has really been learning how to step into their masculine energy, but from a clear state within their feminine energy. How do I put this? They've been learning how to recognize, understand, and heal their own inner feminine energy, where they learn to value themselves. They learn to not to control from like that authoritative state. They learn how to soften their energy. They learn how to express themselves. So just like divine feminine has been healing her masculine energy, finding stability and security within herself instead of, reaching outside of herself for that, taking leadership for herself, building for herself, taking action for herself. She's been doing a lot of healing within her own masculine state, her feminine state as well, but really the focus had been on her masculine. For the divine masculines, their focus had been on their inner feminine energy, where they're learning to recognize and honor their self-expression, honor their ability to communicate and the need for communication, where they've been learning how to value themselves, learning how to go with the flow rather than trying to force, manipulate, or control anything, especially in such a rigid stance. that is helping them to heal their overall core essence of the masculine energy. Don't want to go too deep into this, but that's what they have been healing. We talk a lot about that in previous sacred channelings and previous readings. Here is a beautiful balance. This really feels like Emperor energy, where they are learning how to step into their own authority and be the leader. Now, with this authority card, it's an energy of not how do I say this? In the past, divine masculines may have given their worth away to others or given their value away to others out of duty, expectations, or obligations. Given their authority away to others, given their power away to others. That's the best way to put it. They've given their power away to others, their authority, their sense of sovereignty away to others by sacrificing themselves out of the patriarchal societal norm of, oh, this is what's expected of me, or this is my duty, or this is just what I need to do. But now they're claiming themselves again, and they're doing so from the feminine standpoint now. This is the masculine and the feminine coming into balance within them. This is their own inner union, because they're doing so from the heart space, not from the mind that was holding them back, but doing so with the open heart, with a sense of self-compassion and self-love that they did not necessarily have before. Again, they did not have that sense of worth or that sense of value because they had given their power away to others who were dictating that for them. Now they're claiming that for themselves. And so they're becoming the true divine masculine energy, the conscious masculine, who is able to hold healthy boundaries, communicate those boundaries, express themselves, know their worth, know their value, remain sovereign, be a leader, take action without trying to force, control, or manipulate anything. They're able to be very stable, very grounded. They're able to have a sense of structure. This is a very healthy energy that's coming through, and it's all because the feminine energy within them is being or has been healed. And so that is helping them balance out their true nature as a conscious divine masculine, where they're able to stand up, claim their sovereign right, claim their power, and say, I'm responsible for myself. I am accountable for myself. I am my own authority. No one else can dictate or decide for me. This is also a divine masculine who is able to receive guidance and insight from others, but they're learning how to know themselves enough that they don't let others decide for them. This is the process of discernment. They're learning how to discern, where they are able to receive guidance and insight for others, but they don't demand from others and they don't take demands from others. There's a huge difference here. This leader, a true leader, is one who is able to welcome in the counsel and wisdom of others. That is feminine energy, where she is able to receive wisdom, but also act on their own merit. Beautiful energy for the divine masculine here. All right, divine feminine. We've got belief, and look at all that beautiful purple indigo color. That is that crown chakra, that brow chakra, all that intuitive energy that's coming in. She is really just in her high priestess mode. She is just in her magic, in her mysticism. She is fully connected to higher power. And that's what I'm getting. It's not necessarily belief, but it is connection. But I feel like with the belief card, they're pointing me to the 11 number. I feel like, especially with this new energy that's been coming in, this lovey energy, I feel like she's beginning to believe in love again, in love for herself, in love with a counterpart, in love of life, and her connection to source. Wherever some kind of belief had been severed or had been challenged or had been even changed, she is really stepping into her own connection to herself and her own wisdom, and that belief is getting grounded again. Beliefs are malleable. The more we discover, the more wisdom we attain, the more we understand, the more there is to know. So beliefs aren't meant to be concrete. They're not meant to be so convicted. There is value in having convictions, but also in allowing ourselves to grow and expand. And that's exactly what this is. Her beliefs, her limiting beliefs, have expanded so that she's not so limited anymore. She doesn't feel so limited. So if she was having trouble with her beliefs around love or relationships or even her connection to herself, her counterpart, or God, whatever this is, if she was going through some kind of crisis of faith, the belief is coming in again. The understanding is coming in again. The connection is being grounded again and being more firmly cemented again in a healthier, unlimited way. There's growth here. There's expansion here. Anything else for the Divine Feminine? A little bit of a shorter read for the Divine Feminine. Anything else that we need to know? Prosperity, yeah. If she was feeling limited, if she was feeling any kind of lack, and I love this card, Soul Time. You see that here as well? I love that card. I'm going to take that as well because they're calling me to read it. And remembrance. Okay. And consciousness. All right, I got it. Okay. If there was any place where she was in lack, where she was, again, limiting herself, especially when it comes to her beliefs. And lack consciousness is a belief. It is a belief. It's a lack belief. It's a limited belief. Then that is shifting. And because of that shift, she's bringing in more prosperity, more abundance, more just this joyous energy, this happy energy, this peace-filled energy. This is a new energy for the Divine Feminine. We're going to see, and I think I channeled this recently, we're going to see this pick up over the next several months. I was getting the 3 number in the This Reading Is For You reading on Patreon. It is available to the public, so you can check it out. But I was getting the 3 number. So I do feel like in the month of March, or at least, the 3rd month from when you're watching this video is meant to be timeless. So either March or the 3rd month, we're going to start seeing the physical evidence of this. So the energy's coming in now. We're starting to really align to this new energy. We're going to really start to see the evidence of it in the physical reality start to take root. You'll start to see this trickle in little ways that seem like magic, I'm hearing, that seem like miracles, that seem like gifts, but that's just your alignment. And Spirit is reminding you, this is what you're here for. You're here to create. You're here to get into alignment with this understanding, to remember that you are of higher consciousness, to remember that you can step into a new reality. I'm getting called to read this now. So this is all part of this Divine Feminine energy. The frequency of soul time asks us to allow the possibility of a new reality to emerge, one that embraces the concept that while the corporeal body is mortal, the soul is timeless, limitless, and infinite. So yeah, you're changing your perspective, you're changing your beliefs out of that really limited lack, scarcity energy where there was fear, where there was uncertainty, where there was doubt. You're really, the work that you've done, especially the past 6 months, the work that you've done is really helping you to shift this energy. And as you're shifting, you're going to start seeing the evidence of this new energetic alignment that you're coming into. And so you might be seeing gifts or magic or miracles, and I'm laughing because Spirit's laughing because they're saying it's just your alignment, it's just your creations. You think of it as gifts and magic and miracles because you didn't think it was possible, but darling, I'm telling you, everything is possible. It's a beautiful, beautiful energy that's coming in here. You're just remembering yourself. You're just remembering what you're truly capable of, and to that note, you're remembering what the universe is capable of. And this is that beautiful union energy between you and the universe, between you and God's source, that there is no separation there. The lack energy, the scarcity energy, the limited energy is separation itself. So you're remembering that there is no separation, and you're going to start seeing that, the evidence of that, the no separation, the union in the next couple of months. And I really feel like you're going to start seeing that with your divine counterpart when it comes to love as well. Really beautiful energy. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy I'm doing this reading. This is gorgeous. Okay, where do we want to go next? Let's do some tarot. Let's see, where are the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine right now? I'm going to use... What deck do I want to use? Let's use this one for the, masculine, and this one for the feminine. Yeah, okay. It's funny because this one has more of a feminine energy about it. The Arcanum Tarot has more of like a masculine energy about it, but I'm feeling called to switch it up. So let's see. Okay. All right, Divine Masculine, when it comes to this connection, let's see, where are they when it comes to this connection with their Divine Feminine? I think we're going to pull some romancy cards too and see what the heck is going on, because this energy feels really good. It just feels like so much change, expansion, and transformation. It really does. And we might not be seeing it, and isn't that the lesson for this journey, where we might not be seeing it, but that doesn't mean that it's not happening. Because remember, it comes in the energy, in the form of energy first. We feel it first before we see it. Okay. Divine Masculine, when it comes to, yep, what did I say? The Lovers. Holy crap. Yeah. I'm going to get 3 cards. Let's get 3 cards, please. The 7 of Wands. I'm getting called to the Dolphins in the Lovers card as well. So I do feel like there's a lot of watery energy, even Syrian support that's coming through, starseed, Syrian beings. There's a lot of Syrian energy that's coming through here with the dolphin energy. Emotional support, a lot of emotional support for the Divine Masculines when it comes to this connection. Divine Masculines, I'm going to get one more card here, because I feel like the 5 of Wands is with the 7 of... yeah, there's a lot of healing energy when it comes to the Divine Masculines for this connection. If you find yourself pulling back, Divine Feminines, from the connection, that is healthy and that is necessary at this time. It is perfectly okay. Doesn't mean that you sever the connection. In fact, more and more, Divine Feminines, you are understanding that no matter what, there is no separation between you and your counterpart. That only the love and the connection is real, and that exists, and that it persists. It continues. It always continues. No matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter what they're doing, that's where you've been called to really pull the focus back from your counterpart and put it on yourself, so that they can do their journey, you can do yours, and you can come into this beautiful synergy. You can come into this beautiful convergence. I feel like the Divine Masculine is really feeling this connection. They are feeling their divine counterpart. They are recognizing the love that they hadn't fully allowed themselves to recognize in the past. We've picked up on this in previous readings over the past couple of months, and I feel like the recognition and the realization is really setting in. It's really anchoring in, where they're really just like, this is my person. This is my love. This is true love. I didn't know I believed in love. I didn't know love was possible for me. I thought it was just some foolishness. I thought it was just hokey. I thought it was just my feminine who was believing in this. You know, I didn't believe in romance. And remember, romance is an energy. It's how you express love. It's not, you know, the flowers, the candlelit dinners, the walks on the beach. That doesn't matter. It's all in the expression. Those are just ways you express the energy of love. So the expression, again, being a key point to what is healing and changing in the Divine Masculine. Now being able to express that love, wanting to express that love, and romance is one way in which they do that. So they are really feeling and recognizing you, Divine Feminine. They're really recognizing love and the desire for love as well. And I'm also hearing that they had it. So this 7 of Wands and the 5 of Wands, they were really in conflict with themselves. And because they were in conflict with themselves, they were in conflict with you, Divine Feminine, and possibly other people around them when it comes to this connection, because they were holding up their defenses. They were guarding themselves against love because of everything that they had experienced in the past, because of their own beliefs around around love, around relationships, around whatever it was, due to their past relationships, not just romantic relationships, but family relationships and dynamics, friendships, and even past lifetimes that had been experienced. So they were really in conflict with themselves, and so they had put up the defenses, but love is breaking through the defenses, and it is coming to this place of healing. And what I love about this is you see the 3 swords in the back here, but you see how they're kind of like energized. They're powerful. They are lit up with like this energy, this power. And it's almost like those are the 3 swords that were pulled out of the broken heart, where there was disappointment, where there was abandonment, rejection, where there was just heartbreak, betrayal, whatever it was. Now that's transmuted. This person, this divine masculine, has transmuted the heartbreak, the betrayal, the abandonment, the rejection, the neglect, all of those pain patterns and the trauma and the toxicity is transmuted. And so it's almost like what I'm seeing is where those 3 swords were in the heart, now they're pulled out, and it's almost like I'm seeing them rise. And I'm feeling like Yeshua, Mary Magdalene, and all the ascended masters and all the spiritual divine support of, star beings and, whoever it is that you connect with. They're helping to transmute this energy. They're helping the divine masculine to transmute this energy through the energy of love. Love is breaking through those barriers. Wow. That's incredible. Okay. I feel like I could just do a divine masculine reading, but not today. Maybe coming up. So stay tuned to the channel because I feel like there's a lot more that the divine masculine wants to say. All right, divine feminine. Where's the divine feminine when it comes to this connection? I do also feel like divine masculine very much wants to embrace the divine feminine. Now, this is metaphorical in that he wants to embrace the feminine energy wholeheartedly within himself. No, I'm being corrected. Because he's embracing the divine feminine within himself, he wants to honor and embrace his divine feminine counterpart. Now that's metaphorically, as in embracing her energy and honoring her, cherishing her, giving her the respect and the honor, the reverence that she deserves. Now, it's also physical because I'm actually seeing 2 counterparts physically embracing. So I do feel like this divine masculine wants to physically come in and give you a hug and embrace you and just hold you. And I'm hearing never let you go. And that makes me want to cry. So we're going to move on. It's beautiful, beautiful energy, but I am a little bit raw right now. So we're not going to get into that. Oh, but it's beautiful. It is just beautiful energy. Divine masculine really loving and sending love to the divine feminine as well. I feel like they're consciously sending love to the divine feminine, which feels very new. So there is a full recognition of this connection here. Beautiful. Okay, divine feminine. How is she feeling when it comes to this connection? Divine feminine. When it comes to this connection, 5 of Swords, 5 of Wands. She had been feeling that conflict. So I feel like this is her picking up on the conflict that the divine masculine had been feeling. So if the divine masculine in the physical had been kind of like holding up a boundary, not a boundary, a barrier, defenses, kind of like holding up a hand saying, stay away, resistance, that's the word, resistance. She had been energetically picking up on this. And I feel like this had been causing some imbalance within her. The 5 of Swords for me is battle between the mind and the heart. So she had been in her mind, in her ego, questioning herself, questioning her faith, questioning her knowing, questioning the energy that she had been receiving, possibly because she was like, well, wait a minute. I know that there's love between us, but in the physical, maybe there's resistance, or maybe there's silence, or maybe there's harsh words that are being exchanged. So she had been this energy of conflict within herself because she was picking up on her divine masculine's energy. Wow, okay. Where is divine feminine when it comes to this connection? Yeah, it was causing a lot of confusion for her. And a lot of confusion, a lot of doubt, a lot of uncertainty. And I'm also hearing making her really go deep within, to bring herself back to her center. And that's, if you needed to detach from your divine masculine, this is why. It's because there was so much that you were picking up from your masculine that you had to pull back and focus on yourself to say, okay, that's their energy, this is my energy. And I'm not going to let that energy affect my energy. I'm going to hold that space for myself. I'm going to hold the energy for myself. I can have compassion for him. I can have love for him, but I'm not going to let it affect my energy or bring my energy down. This is where she was really called to focus back on herself and this energy here, bring herself back to do some more work on her beliefs, on anywhere where she felt limited or anywhere where she felt stuck, or where she was abandoning herself. She was called to do more work on herself through this. And that is the divine masculine's role, to plant new seeds for herself. This is giving me this 9 of Pentacles energy as well. So to plant new seeds for that stability within herself, that security within herself. And so like I was saying, that is the divine masculine's role. The divine masculine's role as your ascension partner, they are your sacred partner. They are your true love, your divine love. But they are first and foremost your ascension partner. They are here to show you where you need to grow, heal, expand, continue to do your shadow work, to trigger you. That's what the triggering is for. It's not out of cruelty. Your divine partner will never do it out of cruelty. Your true divine counterpart will never do it out of cruelty. They're doing it to show you, maybe not consciously, but they're showing you where you still need to do some work, where you still need to focus on yourself. It's almost like the divine masculine says, I love you, but you're focusing too much on me right now. So let's do this in order to have you focus back on yourself. You need to focus back on yourself. You have to love yourself. You have to set those healthy boundaries for me, for us, for the connection, for your life. So the divine masculine really is teaching or showing the divine feminine, where she needed to do more work on her beliefs, on her limited beliefs, her limiting aspects, where she was sabotaging herself or abandoning herself or betraying herself. Because she was picking up so much on his energy, it was causing him confusion. So she needed to really center herself and ground herself and bring herself back to herself with her own self-love. And that's causing her to plant new seeds. Okay, this is what I want. This is what I deserve. Remember in the beginning we were channeling that in the past it was all about contrast, showing you what you don't want. Well, now she's planting new seeds based on everything that she's learned. This is what I want. This is what I want to create for myself. Again, that 9 of Pentacles energy, really in a place of independence and stability and security for herself, so that she can come into partnership. It's the 9 of Pentacles. She has a nine Pentacles, and the masculine just brings in the 1. Only needs to bring in the 1 for, we've got fireworks. The divine masculine, he's in his own 9 of Pentacles energy. So you bring the final pentacle to each other, and you have the 10 of Pentacles, which is everything. So I wanted to say it like that so that you don't think that, the divine masculine only has to bring in 1 pentacle and she does all this work. No, you're doing this on your own individual journeys. You bring your 1 pentacle to the divine masculine after doing all your inner work. Divine masculine brings in his pentacle after doing his inner work, and then together you have the 10 of Pentacles and then some. The analogy may not have worked quite as well as I had hoped, but it's there. Okay, final card for the divine feminine. How is she feeling when it comes to this connection? How is the divine feminine feeling when it comes to this connection? Ace of Swords. Clarity, victory, success, celebration. This is a new beginning. And a new beginning, new understanding. Again, she has new understanding, remembrance, recognition of herself, new beliefs in what is possible, new beliefs in what she's creating. And not just beliefs, but new knowing, new understanding and recognition of what she's creating. And is bringing in this victory, success, this new beginning. So beautiful energy for both of them. Okay, let's get the romance angels. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get the romance. Let's see, how is the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine? All right, how's the divine masculine feeling about the divine feminine? Give your relationship a chance. Remember when I said that he's wanting to honor the feminine? He's recognizing this connection now. That's this energy. Really wanting to embrace you, really wanting to honor the divine feminine, really wanting to work on this as a partnership, as a connection, as a relationship, where they may have been putting up those defenses again because they were just in conflict with themselves because of all the shadow work and all the healing work that they needed to do for themselves, again, based on their past trauma and toxic dynamics and relationships and pain that they had experienced in the past. They weren't fully capable or able to give to this connection what they always did feel in their heart they wanted. Now, because they've been doing the work, now because they're opening up their heart, now because they're stepping into a place of their own self-authority, they're able to do this. They're wanting to do this. They're going to do this, Spirit just said. This is beautiful. Divine feminine. Very soon, clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. Again, planting those seeds. Plant the seeds for what you do want rather than continuing the cycle of what you don't want. So what I'm hearing is let go of the past. The past is done. You've closed the door, especially with this new year. Close the door on the past cycles. Close the door on the past phases of relationship. Close the door on who you were with your counterpart or who your counterpart was or who you were together. Close the door on that so that a new cycle can begin with each other in the new transformed energy of who you both are, because you're both transforming. And so if you're just repeating, oh, this is what he did in the past, so this is who he is, then you're just going to get yourself caught up in a new cycle, an old cycle. It's the collective message that we channeled a couple of weeks ago here. Get yourself off the merry-go-round. Don't keep repeating. Allow yourself to get off the merry-go-round and plant those new seeds for success, because you're now in a place, in an energy where you are aligning to what you do want rather than what you don't. I'm going to get a union card as well. Card for the union. Card for the union between the two, please, Spirit. Card for the union between the two. That's too many cards. Card for the union between the two. Now, I'm going to use my own deck here. I'm going to get a message for the union energy here. All right. Union. Justice. Where there was once disharmony, you're ready to balance the scales of your partnership. Speak your truth and bring justice to your connection. Balance is what 2022 is all going to be about. The scales have been balancing because you've been doing the work, feminine, balancing your own inner masculine and inner feminine. Masculine has been doing the work, balancing their own inner masculine and inner feminine. And guess what happens? From that inner balance, from that inner union, then you're able to balance out the connection as a whole in your outward experience, in your outward relationship and connection. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful energy. All right, you guys. I think we're going to end with that. Yes, I'm not called to anything else. So I think we're going to end with that. Just a quick, well, not so quick, but a check-in as we end the year. I am going to be back in a couple of days. Make sure that you're staying tuned because we're going to have the daily energy draw starting on Monday, as well as some more collective readings over on this channel, as well as my sister channel, Susan Dawn Ascension Connections. Make sure that you are staying tuned to Instagram, especially, and Facebook, because I post a lot of announcements there, as well as other free readings and goodies and fun stuff. So make sure that you're checking out all of my social media platforms. I am sending you guys so much love, so much light, so much gratitude for this year. I can't tell you how much I appreciate all of you in this community. Thank you so much for a beautiful year. of support, encouragement, and just beautiful collective energy as we navigate this journey together. I love you all so very much. Have a happy, happy new year, and I will see you in 2022. Bye.